gunman was killed in a gun battle with police. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Fox News on your time. The Fox News iPad app is ready to go with all the great features from foxnews.com and our iPhone app optimized specifically for your iPad. Watch the latest clips from your favorite Fox News shows. Personalize the app by creating your own newscast using the video playlist. Listen to Fox News Radio live. Get local weather forecasts. And it's all free. Go to foxnews2go.mobi. That's foxnews2go.mobi.
Some people would call him a loser. He ran for state office. He was beaten. He started a business. He failed. He ran for Congress. He lost. He was nominated for vice president. He lost again. But he knew only those who never try are the real losers. And Abraham Lincoln was no loser. Persistence. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen, wishing you everyone a happy New Year. And to start it off right, you need a hot, juicy, char-grilled bacon cheeseburger, fried drink, and a sundae for just $5. Or try our famous chicken strips or wraps. Nobody offers all this quality and value but Dairy Queen. And this offer's good till 4 p.m. every day at Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
The fire department? Why is the fire department coming up our driveway?
Don't look at me, he's your cousin.
Haha, Mr. Funny Man, what did you do now?
Well, we were attempting to repair the water heater, but somebody forgot to turn off the breaker.
Well, why is there water everywhere?
Apparently the main water shutoff didn't exactly get shut off.
Okay, at what point did you realize you're not a plumber and you need to call Mike Scott Plumbing?
Right about the time we had the flood and the fire all at the same time.
And when should you have called the professionals at Mike Scott Plumbing? That's what I thought. Does water run through it? Then they do it, not you. And don't give me the weekend excuse. You know they don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. Do you need the number?
No, I got it. 237-2888.
Again.
237-2888.
Why'd you call Cousin Sean anyway? You know he can't even fix his own lunch.
On next week's episode of What Not to Do.
Oh, come on, a monster truck?
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. It's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
Come on.
25 minutes before 9 o'clock. It's time for News Bites. News Bites is the portion of AM Ocala Live during which Robin and I will read the news. We will shorten that news, though, so that you can hear the news, a lot of the news, in a short period of time. We'll tell you where we're getting the stories from, which agencies, in other words. You can look the stories up on those agencies' website and read them for yourself. Most of these stories are being covered by most of these agencies. The first one is from the Associated Press. Security officials say Egyptian warplanes have staged a second wave of airstrikes against positions of the Islamic State group in neighboring Libya. The officials said the warplanes struck this morning in Darna, an extremist stronghold in eastern Libya. The first wave of airstrikes also targeted Darna. The airstrikes are in retaliation for the extremists' beheading of a group of Egyptian Christian hostages on a beach, shown in an online video released last night. In Libya, a security official said Darna and its suburbs were rocked by the sound of massive explosions around lunchtime this morning, our time. The officials spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak to the media.
There is speculation that Universal Orlando Resort could be adding a new water park. Universal already owns Wet 'n Wild, which is nearby but is not on Universal property. Central Florida News 13 is reporting that permits for a Universal expansion are providing some clues. The station says the South Florida Water Management District issued the permits for Sapphire Falls with plans that include a 1,000-room resort, University's 5th hotel, a new restaurant, and a pool area. According to the news statement, a document just filed with the Orange County Water District identifies a parcel of land south of the Cabana Bay Resort that is designated as UO Project 533. Is the project a long-awaited second water park? There was no immediate confirmation from officials at Universal Orlando Resort. This story is from the Florida News Network.
And from ABC News, finding the person who shot and killed a Las Vegas mother of 4 after an apparent road rage incident is a top priority for police. Tammy Myers, a nurse who was shot outside her house after what Las Vegas police said was a road rage incident with another vehicle, died Saturday night. According to a family member, Las Vegas MPD spokeswoman Laura Meltzer said that detectives are doing everything they can to find the suspect or suspects. Myers was shot Thursday after a confrontation with several people in another vehicle when she was on the way home from giving her daughter a driving lesson at a nearby school. The other vehicle followed her home, and when she got out of her car, police say someone started shooting. Myers' 15-year-old daughter ran into the house before the shooting and did not witness the incident. Police say one of her brothers came out of the house and fired back at the other vehicle. Police described one of the people in the vehicle involved in the incident as a white male, approximately 25 years old, about 6 feet tall, weighing about 180 pounds. He has dirty blonde hair, worn in a spiked style, and has hazel or blue eyes, according to the report.
A brigade of more than 4,000 soldiers from Fort Carson, Colorado, will be deployed to Kuwait to create the largest U.S. ground force currently in the Middle East. The Fort Carson soldiers could be the first into battle if a major combat force is used to fight the Islamic State. The brigade, equipped with tanks and Bradley fighting vehicles, has been training for more than a year. Many of the soldiers are veterans of the Iraq War. We're no strangers to deployment, a quote from Colonel Greg Sierra, the brigade's commander. We are absolutely ready for this mission, unquote, reported by UPI.
And from the Associated Press, one person is dead and a police officer was wounded in a shooting in a Walmart in Iuka, Mississippi. The spokesman for the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation told reporters that the man was killed in an exchange of gunfire with police. Very few other details were included other than the fact that the officer was grazed by a bullet.
A state-level campaign to rein in the federal government by calling an unprecedented convention to amend the U.S. Constitution is gaining steam, picking up support from 2 high-profile Republicans as more states explore the idea. The latest figure Leaders to endorse the effort are retired Oklahoma Senator Tom Coburn and Ohio Governor John Kasich. Coburn, a legendary government waste watchdog, announced this week that he has joined the effort by becoming a senior advisor for the Group Convention of States Action, which wants states, not just Congress, to pass constitutional amendments. A primary goal is to get an amendment to the Constitution that requires a balanced federal budget in which spending does not exceed revenue, reported by Fox News.
And from ABC News, frigid cold is nipping across the Northeast as New England digs out following the region's fourth winter storm in a month. Strong winds were expected to continue today, reducing visibility, creating drifts, and complicating an ongoing cleanup effort. Temperatures across the Midwest and Northeast have plunged to below zero, including minus 26 degrees in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Heavy snow and ice was expected in the south-central United States from eastern Kansas to the mid-Atlantic coast. The wintry mix was producing treacherous travel conditions in Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Tennessee. Snow was expected today in cities such as St. Louis, Cincinnati, Washington, Philadelphia, New York City, and Little Rock, Arkansas. An even colder air mass lurked behind the storm system, with record lows possible in the coming days. Boston Mayor Marty Wilson, speaking during a news conference yesterday, said more than 7 feet of snow has fallen on the city since mid-January.
The Federal Aviation Administration is proposing a new rule about realtors, TV producers, farmers, bridge inspectors, and power linemen are people who could regularly fly drones for work. Flying unmanned aerial systems, commonly called drones, for commercial use has been almost entirely banned in the United States, but yesterday morning's announcement would change that. This is a quote from FAA Administrator Michael Herta. Today's proposed rule is the next step in integrating unmanned aircraft systems into our nation's airspace. We are doing everything that we can to safely integrate these aircraft while ensuring that America remains the leader in aviation safety and technology, reported by CNN.
And from, let's see what news agency this is. Newsmax. It's from Newsmax. Award-winning editor, war correspondent, and best-selling author Arnaud de Bourchgrave, hailed as one of the most noteworthy journalists of the modern era, died yesterday after an extended illness. He was 88 years old. De Bourchgrave served as executive director of the Transnational Threats Project at the Center for Strategic and International Studies think tank in Washington, D.C. He was a founding board member of Newsmax Media, as well as an editor-at-large for United Press International. He served as Newsweek's senior editor and chief foreign correspondent for 25 years. Longtime colleague and network TV correspondent Marvin Kalb commented on his passing, saying he was priceless. His contributions as journalism were immeasurable.
Jeff Gordon will have a front row seat for his final Daytona 500. Gordon, who announced last month that this will be his final season of full-time racing, won the pole for the Great American Race in yesterday's qualifying session. He joined teammate Jimmy Johnson in sweeping the front row for Hendrick Motorsports. For the first time in 57 years, the qualifying was done with knockout rounds. This is a quote, "This is one of the more gratifying poles here at Daytona that I've ever had," said Gordon. Not because it's my final Daytona 500, but because you've got to try and plan it out and play that chess match and play it really, really well, unquote. However, most of the other drivers were not pleased with the new method of qualifying. Three-time champion Tony Stewart called it a complete embarrassment for our series. Clint Bauer, whose Toyota was wrecked in a 5-car pileup, put the blame on NASCAR. This is his quote, "It's NASCAR's fault for putting us out in the middle of this crap for nothing. We've been in meetings for 45 minutes just trying to figure out what in the hell everybody is going to do just so we can make the race. It's stupid," unquote, reported by the Florida News Network.
And we're up against the clock, so we have to take our break for the weather and a couple of commercial announcements, and then we'll be right back with more News Bites. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine mixing with clouds today, high 72 to 76. Increasing clouds and mild to go 56 to 60. Tomorrow, clouds and breaks of sun, breezy and warm with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm around, especially during the afternoon hours at the coast, the highs in the 70s. And for Wednesday, more sun than clouds, but breezy and noticeably cooler, the high just 57 to 61. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Where did you sit when the dust settled?
Richard Petty goes back in front. They both spin. They're in the wall.
Where did you sit when the tempers flared?
And now it appears we may have a fist fight. Drivers and helmets.
Or when standing ovation took on a whole new meaning?
All the pit crews out on pit lane to salute Dale Earnhardt, who is...
Well, from where we sit, this Daytona 500 is the chance of a lifetime. Because this is your final opportunity to experience the great American race from some of the classic seats that have witnessed some of the most famous moments in racing history. And it's your first chance to say hello to the future in all new grandstands where fans will bear witness to all the legendary moments yet to come. So where will you sit this February 22nd? Don't miss your one and only chance to experience Daytona at a unique moment in history. The Daytona 500, Sunday, February 22nd. To guarantee your seats, call 1-800-PIT-SHOP or visit Daytona500.com.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking: will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
All right, 12 minutes before 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Let's return to News Bites. The next story is from the New York Post. Suspended NBC News anchor Brian Williams has a morality clause in his contract that means he could be fired by the TV news organization. Williams was given a 6-month unpaid suspension after it was revealed that he lied during a news show and at other times about his helicopter being shot down during the 2003 invasion of Iraq. He later admitted during a news broadcast that he had conflated his account. The morality clause says Williams faces the axe if he offended a significant portion of the community or brought himself public disrepute, contempt, scandal, or ridicule. NBC executives, including Stephen Burke and Comcast CEO Brian Roberts, will make a decision on whether Williams has breached the rule, according to the Post, which noted that a public morals clause appears in NBC News employees' contract that includes a dismissal warning.
An international team of scientists is to try to develop a wholly artificial vaccine to combat polio. The disease is very close to being eradicated, with only a few hundred cases now reported worldwide each year. The hope is that the new approach can address some shortcomings in an existing vaccine and to help eliminate polio altogether. The World Health Organization and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation are providing a $674,000 grant. The project was announced at the annual meeting of the American Association for the Advancement of Science in San Jose, California, reported by the BBC.
And the next story is from the Associated Press. The House Speaker John Boehner is raising the possibility that the Department of Homeland Security may shut down at month's end because of a budget impasse, and he's blaming Senate Democrats if that happens. Democrats responded by saying responsibility would fall on the Ohio Republican, and the country would suffer from the needless closing of a vital part of government. The department is caught up in a fight over President Barack Obama's immigration actions, with February 27th as was the date when the $40 billion budget would shut off. A House-passed bill would cover the department through September 30th, the end of the current budget year, and overturn Obama's move to limit deportations for millions of immigrants who are in the United States illegally.
The Big Apple was set to wake up to 2-degree weather at around 7 a.m. this morning with a wind chill of minus 18. Temperatures are not expected to go above the freezing mark all week. Naked Cowboy Robert Burke said yesterday that he will deal with the cold as he continues his street performance for tourists in Times Square, but admits the cold is a bit unbearable. The street performer has added an extra pair of socks to his costume of a cowboy hat, tighty whities, and boots to ward off the 6-degree wind chill. Burke said he made $16 in tips on Saturday, but spent $80 in parking and expenses. So he hopped into his white Cadillac Escalade after only an hour and headed home where it was much warmer. Burke joked with reporters that shrinkage is all he is worried about. Reported by the New York Post.
From CNS News, Saudi Arabia yesterday condemned the killing in North Carolina of 3 American Muslim college students as a heinous terrorist act and called for an end to incitement against Muslims. The statement carried by the official Saudi press agency also condemned as a terrorist act the recent attacks that killed 2 people in Denmark, one at a panel discussion that included an artist who caricatured the Prophet Muhammad, and the other outside a synagogue. In neighboring Qatar, several thousand people held a march yesterday in the capital Doha in solidarity with the families of the North Carolina victims. The marchers appealed for protection against hate crimes for the tens of thousands of young Arabs studying in the United States on scholarships funded by the energy-rich governments of the Gulf.
Florida lawmakers are trying to figure out if the tax credits they give to film and television producers are worth it. The state only gets about 43 cents back for every dollar spent on incentives, but Michelle Hillary with the Palm Beach County Film Commission says that Florida paid a price when the program was cut. Her quote, "We have lost a substantial amount of new business over the past 2 years, and we stand to lose more. Savvy business people across all industries look for incentives that will leverage their bottom dollar," unquote. Hillary says that Florida should spend more to compete with film-friendly states like Georgia and Louisiana, but Representative Frank Artiles, a Republican from Miami, says it never seems to be enough. This is his quote, "If we're going to get into a bidding war with other states, when does it stop?" unquote. Meanwhile, House Finance and Tax Committee Chairman Matt Getz, a Republican from Shalimar, says there are many factors to consider. Getz says his committee is trying to figure out which tax breaks produce the best return on investment. Meanwhile, Americans for Prosperity, which is funded by the billionaire Koch brothers, is taking aim at Florida's film incentives. The group calls it corporate welfare that needs to end, reported by the Florida News Network.
And from the Associated Press, homeless men and women lined up this morning off of St. Peter's Square to take advantage of Pope Francis's latest charitable initiative, a free shave and shower for the least fortunate. 49-year-old Mauro Casobolo was one of the first clients as the Pope's barbershop opened in the public restrooms just off of Bernini Colonnade. His chin was still red from the shave, his first in 3 weeks, but he was grateful for it. He said, quote, "It's a beautiful thing he's done for us, especially for us who live in the middle of the streets, because if you want to try to go find some work, you can come here and have a shower," he said. Francis's chief alms giver, Monsignor Konrad Krajewski, has said the project is needed since homeless people are often shunned for their appearance and smell. The initiative is being funded by donations and the sale of papal parchments by Krajewski's office.
A family says a dog who ran away from home turned up at an Iowa hospital where her owner was recovering from surgery. The dog Sissy went missing from home last Saturday. The miniature schnauzer traveled almost 2 miles to get to Mercy Medical Center. That's where the dog's owner, Nancy Frank, was. A hospital security guard used Sissy's tags to call Frank's husband, Dale. He said Sissy was on a mission to see her mom, but simply couldn't find the right elevator to take. The family is still perplexed on how Sissy sniffed her way to the hospital. They think she might have known her way around from car trips and dropping Nancy Frank off for work next door, reported by the Associated Press.
The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile has crashed into a pole in central Pennsylvania. Officials say the giant hot dog on wheels slid off of a road and slammed into a pole yesterday in the city of Enola near Harrisburg. No injuries were reported. The front of the 27-foot Wienermobile was damaged. The crash snarled local traffic. Oscar Mayer has several Wienermobiles it uses to promote and advertise products across the country.
Small earthquakes shaking Oklahoma and southern Kansas daily and linked to energy drilling are dramatically increasing the chance of bigger and dangerous quakes. This is according to federal research. This once stable region is now just as likely to see serious, damaging, and potentially harmful earthquakes as the highest risk places east of the Rockies, such as New Madrid in Missouri and Charleston in South Carolina, which had major quakes in the past 2 centuries. Still, it's a low risk, about a 1 in 2,500 years chance of happening. This is according to geophysicist William Ellsworth of the U.S. Geological Survey, reported by MSNBC.
And from Fox News, House Speaker John Boehner is giving little ground to President Obama and his fellow Democrats on Capitol Hill on key issues, blaming Senate Democrats if the Homeland Security Department runs out of money. This obviously a story I had just a second ago, so I apologize, doubling up.
With a long-running labor dispute delaying dozens of cargo ships offshore, President Obama has ordered his labor secretary to California to try to avoid a shutdown of 29 West Coast ports. Mr. Obama directed Labor Secretary Tom Perez on Saturday to renew talks between shipping companies and the International Longshore and Warehouse Union, which represents more than 20,000 dock workers. The president took the action while visiting Southern California for some relaxation and golf over the 3-day holiday weekend. The administration is trying to help resolve a labor slowdown that has idled tens of thousands of containers on cargo ships over this past weekend, threatening to worsen the economic harm that already has rippled through much of the country. About 40% of the nation's container cargo imports arrive at the Los Angeles and Long Beach ports, reported by the Washington Times.
And from NBC News, Michel Ferrero, Italy's richest man and the owner of a global chocolate and confectionery empire, died on Saturday at the age of 89, according to a statement from the company. His death opens the question of succession and potential tie-ups at the family-controlled Ferrero Group, which has sales of around $9 billion and continue to grow through Italy's longest recession since World War II. Ferrero dreamt up the chocolate hazelnut Nutella spread, Ferrero Rocher pralines, Kinder eggs, and Tic Tac sweets, turning a provincial chocolate factory into what is widely seen as Italy's most valuable privately owned company.
Well, a major scaling up of humanitarian action over the past year meant that the worst has been avoided in Central African Republic. Senior United Nations and European Union relief officials in the region today are stressing that needs are still extremely high and much remains to be done to ease the appalling suffering faced by the country's people. In a press release that was issued in Bangui, the capital of the Central African Republic, the joint high-level mission drew attention to the human suffering and called for greater access to and better protection of vulnerable communities amid what has transformed into a deeply complex and increasingly multi-layered crises, reported by UN News.
Okay, hold on a second. And from the Associated Press, government surveyors have determined a new height for the Washington Monument that's nearly 10 inches shorter than what has been thought for more than 130 years. The new measurement puts the monument at 554 feet, 7 and 11/32 of an inch, as measured from the floor of the main entrance to the top. Ever since the stone obelisk was completed in 1884, however, the historic height has been recorded at 555 feet, 5 1/8 inches. It's a number circulated for decades on tours of the Capitol and in civics classes about the monument honoring the nation's first president. The question is it shrinking or were the measurements just wrong in the first place?
That's right.
Sum it up because we're out of time. How many stories today, Robin?
25.
We've got to take a little break. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Swift retaliation by Egypt after a new ISIS video showing the beheading of 21 Christian hostages. Egyptian warplanes hit several ISIS targets in Libya, and behind the scenes,
Egypt and France are signing a deal right here in Cairo for Egypt to buy fighter jets from France. Also, the Egyptian foreign minister has been sent urgently to New York for talks at the UN about terrorism.
Shireen Tadros of Sky News. 2 men arrested in Copenhagen suspected of helping the gunman who killed 2 people in 2 weekend shootings. This woman not surprised a terror event hit home.
We've been waiting for terror for the last 5 to 6 years. It's like you punched a hole in the balloon.
The gunman killed by police was on a terror watch list. This Connecticut resident feeling it.
Your feet freeze. It's like flesh being frozen.
Bitter cold in the east, Midwest, and even the south. Boston hit with another foot of snow. Fox News, we report, you decide.
You're running your business, and we at Wix.com know things can get stressful. But creating your website doesn't have to be. With Wix, you can create a professional website all by yourself. It's easy and free. You don't have to be a programmer. Just drag and drop everything into place. It's your website, your style. Show the world what you can do. Go to Wix.com and create your own stunning website today. It's easy and free.
When you sit in your comfortable ergonomic chair, do you experience inner peace? Are you known for admiring desks like profound works of art? If so, you might be gear-centric, someone who knows that the right office gear helps you do great things. And at Office Depot and Office Max, we have the quality gear you need. Visit our President's Day furniture sale and save 40% on select desks, chairs, bookcases, and more. Office Depot and Office Max. Gear up for great. Offer ends 2/21.
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license?
At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their Discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation. Call today. 861-7484.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Where did you sit when the dust settled?
Richard Petty goes back in front. They both spin. They're in the wall.
Where did you sit when the tempers flared?
And now it appears we may have a fist fight. Drivers and helmets.
Or when standing ovation took on a whole new meaning?
All the pit crews out on pit lane to salute Dale Earnhardt, who is...
Well, from where we sit, this Daytona 500 is the chance of a lifetime. Because this is your final opportunity to experience the great American race from some of the classic seats that have witnessed some of the most famous moments in racing history. And it's your first chance to say hello to the future in all new grandstands where fans will bear witness to all the legendary moments yet to come. So where will you sit this February 22nd? Don't miss your one and only chance to experience Daytona at a unique moment in history. The Daytona 500, Sunday, February 22nd. To guarantee your seats, call 1-800-PIT-SHOP or visit Daytona500.com.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Bern Preso is in the studio. Bern was just telling me off the air, Robin, how blessed we are in America. And absolutely, I agree. And one of the ways we're blessed is we have some great health providers, health services, and that's what Bern tells us about. She is our medical correspondent, the president and CEO of GFA Inc., which stands for Good for All. And she's in the studio, and we're looking forward to hearing what she's got to tell us today. Good morning, Bern. How you doing?
Good morning, Larry, and good morning, Robin.
Yeah, sorry, I had the wrong microphone on.
Can you hear me?
Now I hear you better. Now I hear you better, yes.
It's a beautiful Monday.
It is. How was your weekend?
Beautiful. I went to Orlando at Millennia Mall.
Oh, nice.
You're a shopper, right? You like shopping.
Window.
Just window shopping?
I window shop.
You didn't go into the stores?
A few, I bet.
Victoria's Secret, did you go in that one?
I missed that store.
Oh, you don't go in that one?
I do, but, I ran out of time, I think. But I always go every store.
Is that the mall that has the hotel in it?
No, that's the Florida Mall.
That's the Florida Mall.
You are right, yeah. But I go to Millennia because it's closer to Ocala, and it's, you take I-4 and then you go west, and it's right there.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's beautiful.
And why is there something there you like?
It's everything's there.
Everything?
Everything.
What did you buy? Any M&Ms?
I actually, I had good dinner at Brio.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you had dinner.
Right, by myself.
Oh.
Alone. But it's nice to watch the people out there. I mean, I'm a happy person myself, so I can just be sitting in the corner and be having fun.
So you're not going to have dinner alone on Valentine's Day, I hope, are you?
I'm actually going to the ballet in Gainesville.
The ballet?
Wonderful.
Ballet dance, isn't it? There's a presentation out there.
Yeah,
Dance Alive,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Yes. Well, good morning to all my supporters. Dr. Roland Kerr, Douglas Kerr. I also have a very good doctors that I need to mention this morning, Dr. Raj Patel and Dr. Narendra Kumar Patel.
You know a lot of doctors, huh?
There's quite a few. I've been here 28 years.
Do you know a lot of lawyers and pilots, too?
A few lawyers and maybe just one pilot.
See, pretty women always know all the doctors, the lawyers, and the pilots. You ever notice this?
That's right, I do.
I'm quite a social butterfly, and I enjoy people, meeting people, chatting people, and that's how I gather all, my wonderful friends that I have now for years. I think they're here for life.
That's nice.
So I've never done any medical procedures.
Medical procedures, actually last week, are we talking about the Central Florida Endoscopy Center?
Why not?
Of course. Actually, the esophagitis, and I was discussing this I believe 2 weeks ago, a couple of patients, a couple of cases here and there. And then the ulcerative colitis, which I mentioned a little bit last week. And this morning, we are going to play a little bit about a true and false answer about how much do we know about our tummy, our stomach.
Yeah.
Do you know your stomach? Do you know where it is?
I know where it is. I know where it is.
I know where it is. Yeah. But anyway, I'm trying to remember. I want to make sure Dr. Vishnu Reddy is listening. Good morning, doctor, at Seven Hill Gastroenterology, Candy Paquette, administrator, and Doug Monteith. So anyway, thank you for your support and for the information that I gather every week. In the future, I probably will have to do one live at Central Florida, just like what I did before, to really see what's going on.
So you're going to call in from there?
I probably will.
So we were talking about the stomach?
Tummy.
Is there a difference between stomach and...
Well, here's the first question.
Okay.
And it's interesting. Now, gum, the bubble gum, helps you digest after a meal. Now, tell me, true or false?
Oh, I say false. I'm wrong?
I have to say true because it's out there. So
Good, Robin.
It's out there.
You chew gum and it helps digest?
Exactly. listen to this, and it's very interesting.
Okay.
Chewing gum will help settle a meal, but it is not really the gum that does the job. It's simply the process of chewing your digestion engine. As you chew, you naturally produce more saliva, which is loaded with digestive enzymes. So pop a piece of your favorite bubble gum after dinner.
Right.
Saliva has an antacid effect, reducing your chance of getting reflux after having a meal. How's
didn't know
that?
I didn't know that. Are we the
nice.
only creature that needs to chew gum? I mean, cows chew their cud.
Dogs?
Do dogs?
Dogs maybe. Oh,
They all chew? I don't.
but do they get a acid? I mean,
Well, maybe
a GERD?
food. Maybe their food is better than ours. Maybe we really test our systems with the food we eat.
Exactly, but that's very informative. So we
Yeah,
can actually
good stuff, yeah.
because I do that every now and then. So number 2, food digests in your stomach. Is it true or a false?
It starts in your mouth and it continues in your
To
stomach.
the stomach, yeah.
And
And where
it
is it
keep-
going? Where
every-
does it digest?
Big intestine. No, I'm wrong.
I have the same answer, but
Okay.
actually I was
No?
wrong.
Okay.
Small intestine.
Oh, small is first.
Right.
I guess I didn't know that.
Exactly, but interesting, huh?
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
And and do you know how long is the small intestine?
Quarter of a mile, something like that.
22 feet.
Oh, 22 feet.
So how long is it?
22 feet.
22
Because-
feet. That's from here to the door, maybe.
See, I'm not good in math.
That's 7 yards.
Maybe here to the
So
door.
can you believe
7
that?
yards, 1 foot.
And they say that we all have the same measurement of. We were discussing about
That's
that.
what they say. I know.
Right. So, it's just hard to believe. So anyway,
Well, I got them all. So far, I'm not doing well at all.
really? Okay. Well, last one, because it's almost my time.
Okay.
And this is interesting. And I picked this one because I think it would help me and help you. You know how it is when we go out to eat, like we go to Carrabba's or any restaurants, and we do not eat before we leave home because we look forward to the dinner.
Right, sure.
So the question is, and this is fill in the blank, and I have two choices. You should eat blank to help avoid a hangover. 1, olive oil and bread. 2, steak. What is the answer? First, to avoid hangover.
Olive oil and bread.
Yeah,
I got that one right?
Yes.
Good job.
But did you know that
No,
before? Because
no.
I always eat bread and all, and but anyway, here's the explanation. Olive oil delays the delivery of the alcohol to the intestine. Eating fats and starch give time to the body to metabolize the alcohol.
Oh.
So we should eat bread, and because it happened to me so many times. I'm not a drinker, but anyway, I sip.
Right, right,
And I
right.
get a headache, but
Right,
anyway. Well, that's all for today, and maybe we can continue next time
all right.
as far as learning about our stomach, our tummy. Thank you, everyone, and let me see. Thank you, Dr. Vishnu Reddy, and community, please continue screening colonoscopy. If you have a family history, if you're 40 years old and older, ask your family provider to refer you to a gastroenterologist, 7 Hill Gastroenterology, 3256 South Pine Avenue, that's in Ocala. Telephone number 401-1919. Thank you again so much. This is Bern Paraiso, your medical correspondent here at WOCA.
Right.
96.3 FM or 1370 AM.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you, Brian. Thank you for coming in. Stay warm. Is it cold out there or is it just cold in here?
It is nice.
That's nice outside. Okay. So it's just cold in here. I'm not so sure why. All right. We will take a little break. And if you have any questions for Bern, I guess you can email to you, right? What is your email, real quick?
Bern at GFA, good for all, medicalmarketing.com.
Okay. And if you call us, we can repeat that for you or pass the message on to Bern. We'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine mixing with clouds today, high 72 to 76. Increasing clouds and mild tonight, though 56 to 60. Tomorrow, clouds and breaks of sun, breezy and warm with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm around, especially during the afternoon hours at the coast, the highs in the 70s. And for Wednesday, more sun than clouds, but breezy and noticeably cooler, the high just 57 to 61. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
All right, 15 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in 4 days from today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days from today, right? Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, this Thursday, we will be picking one name from the WOCA drawing box. And in that drawing box is the name of the person who will win 2 tickets to the Daytona 500, which is next Sunday.
NASCAR fans.
Stop. Jeez. At the Daytona International Speedway. That was me. I interrupted myself. Hold on. I will play that commercial in a second. I want you to hear that, but I want to give you a chance to win these tickets. The phone number to call if you want your name in the box is 622-9622. You got to do it right now. I won't ask you any trivia questions. You just say, put my name in the box. And you can't have your name in the box more than once. So if your name is already in the box, you're in. Anybody who has duplicate names will be weeded out. We'll just keep everybody's name in there one time. And of course, you can call during this show. You can call during the Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin and Tom Schmitz in the afternoon. But you got to wait for them to tell you, and you got to do it according to their rules. Usually we'd be asking trivia questions, but I wanted to give you a chance without having to do all that. Plus, we don't have much time to take answers right now. So if you want to be in the box, just call and tell us. The number is 622-9622. We'll take your calls during the break. Remember, you get your name in one time. This Thursday, one person's name will be picked out. The tickets are worth $170 a piece.
Yeah.
These are $340 prize package. We'll be right back.
NASCAR fans, it's time to get charged up with New Holland. As the official agricultural equipment sponsor of NASCAR, New Holland is giving race fans the opportunity of a lifetime by offering the chance to win tickets to the Daytona 500. Visit your participating New Holland dealer to receive a free portable phone charger to keep you charged up on race day, a special equipment offer, and the chance to win tickets to the season opening race of the Daytona 500. To enter, visit Ocala Tractor on 5841 North Highway 441, February 20th from 3 to 5. Offer good while supplies last.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a great credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Real estate is the largest and most personal investment that any of us will ever make. Be sure to tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. when Bob Kennedy, owner of Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty, will be answering your questions and discussing real estate. So remember, that's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Call 622-9622 with your questions. It pays to be an informed buyer or seller. This is news you can use from Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty and your friends here at WOCA.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need
too.
my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, 19 minutes after 9 o'clock. It's kind of exciting doing the contest. Speaking of contests, contest is one way that we do business at WOCA. And in this particular case, WOCA is an entrepreneurial business because it's owned by a family, and it's there's no ties to any corporate network or anything like that. It's just the family. We happen to work for that family. You and I, Robin, have had our own business ventures that we've done on our own. And I guess if we were to look back and say, gosh, if I could have done it over again, here's what I wouldn't have done, here's what I wished I could have done. But we have a whole book that'll help you out if you're trying to be the entrepreneur that you've always wanted to be. Entrepreneur is an exciting thing for me. It really is.
It is.
Delvin R. Chatterson is on the phone. He is a business consultant, an entrepreneur, a lecturer, and the author of the book called Don't Do It the Hard Way, Entrepreneur to Entrepreneur, Learn How to Be Better and Do Better. It says here he's called Uncle Ralph. Is that right?
Yep.
Uncle
That's
Ralph?
it.
Delvin
That's his moniker.
Okay. Good morning, Delvin. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. How are you, fella?
Are you Uncle? You are Uncle Ralph. It says right on your book.
I'm your Uncle Ralph.
You're a good-looking uncle. Look, I see the picture on the back here. Well, where are you calling from, Uncle Ralph?
I'm calling from Montreal. Freezing cold in Montreal.
But I love Montreal. I love Montreal. Do you speak French?
We'd all rather be in Florida this time of year.
Do you speak French?
I do, yeah. You want to do this in French?
No.
Oh.
The only thing I know how to, I can know how to say, where is the bathroom? Où se trouve la toilette?
Yeah. That's good, yes.
Yeah, and then
that'll keep you out of trouble.
I went there with that knowledge, but I didn't understand the answer, so that was my mistake. I learned the question, but not the answer. Well, thank you for doing this. You're an entrepreneur, right?
Yes, I've been an entrepreneur for years and still am. I'm dabbling at various businesses and had some success in the computer products distribution world. And now I'm writing books and trying to help other entrepreneurs with my advice.
Isn't it exciting? I love the idea of just saying you can do this on your own. I mean, Canada has this opportunity. We in America have this opportunity. The whole world doesn't have this, though. You can't be an entrepreneur everywhere in the world.
No, well, I have done some consulting in some of the developing economies on a sort of volunteer basis, trying to help those younger or impoverished entrepreneurs try and start. And you really do recognize the advantages we have with a bit more infrastructure and technology and trained workers and a different knowledge base, different work ethic. It's we've really got a lot fewer obstacles here to succeed in business.
I think sometimes it's psychological too, because when a person wants to go out and be an entrepreneur, they have to have kind of like a thick skin, because they are going to have some naysayers around them.
Yeah, although that's kind of the first of my 7 biggest mistakes is don't be too entrepreneurial. There's at some point you have to be realistic. It's good to be confident and persistent, but you don't want to be too sort of stubbornly stupid about it either.
Well, that makes sense.
You do need to listen to some of the feedback and do your own analysis and think strategically and get beyond some of the sort of entrepreneurial instincts and the drive and enthusiasm that keep people going. Those are certainly necessary requirements, but not sufficient.
I'm going to ask you if I've hit on one of the mistakes that we make. Now, this is not one that Robin and I made, because when we started our little thing, the internet wasn't around yet. But now I see a lot of people, it looks like they're depending on Facebook. They're depending on Twitter. Do you think that's one of the mistakes, that people are using social media? Not that there's anything wrong with using it, but using it exclusively, thinking they don't have to actually spend money on advertising?
Well, the modern world with the internet does make it easier to do things at lower cost, but there's huge competition, and you do have to spend a lot of money to stand out. Unfortunately, you're now competing with all of the big brand names and the companies that have a lot of money to spend on.
So is
Facebook ads or Google pay-per-click ads. So
that's what I was going to ask. Is it a mistake to spend that money on those ads?
You have to be careful about it and be sure that you're inviting the right kind of traffic. It's easy to get traffic with provocative language or photos or something, but you can pay-per-click for a lot of people that have no interest in your product or services.
Yeah, I think so.
It's easy to waste a lot of money, and Facebook and Google are really pleased to take it away from you quickly.
So I want to make sure we serve you well and serve the book well. I don't want to keep guessing what's in the book. So tell me some of the things that we do that are the mistakes.
Well, the subtitle of the book is "A Wise Man Learns from the Mistakes of Others, and Only a Fool Insists on Making His Own."
That's me.
Well, yeah, I don't like to admit that I've made all 7 of these big mistakes. But
oh, really? Yeah, but you didn't have a book.
I have enough to fill a book, that's right.
But, I mean, you didn't have a book before you made them, right?
Well, yeah, that's it. I learned by making a few myself, but it is important to sort of keep an eye on other entrepreneurs. And my approach here, presenting this book as Uncle Ralph, is to try and present it as a little more practical, down-to-earth guide from one entrepreneur to another, rather than a celebrity CEO or a recent billionaire on the internet telling you how they did it, because that's not usually very relevant to the hardworking entrepreneurs that are trying to run a pet store or machine shop or a bakery or whatever it is they're trying to do.
I've always wanted to own a pet shop, but I don't know. do you know, there was a story the other day about this business that was selling for $490 the license to sell their products, and then it turned out that their products were being sold for like $2 cheaper than their catalog was selling them, like at the local pharmacies. And so nobody was making any money, except for the company. And I thought, well, there's a lot of people want to be an entrepreneur, but they don't really have an idea. So they go to one of these so-called wholesale places, and they end up losing money.
Yeah, no, I've had that experience with an entrepreneur that I met, and he was explaining he had a very interesting technical device that was a safety device for boaters and people at sea, and he had 10,000 in stock, and he was about to put them on the market when he discovered that they were already available at Costco for $10, and he was trying to sell them for $49.95.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That is.
So you do have to get your head up and look around, understand, and do a little market research, and test the product on real customers so you know that it will have some appeal and that your price is right, because it's inevitably available from China for a lot less.
Well, you also stress the importance of a business plan, stating that you really have to be concise about it, because every company doesn't encompass everybody.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I do my earlier book I wrote all year is called the Complete Do-It-Yourself Guide to Business Plans, because I think it is important that you do it yourself. You may have some assistance from your lawyer, accountant, or consultant, but it's important that you do your homework and test the feasibility and run the numbers and test different scenarios to make sure that what you have in mind will actually work in the marketplace. But at some point you have to sort of put the paperwork aside and go out into the real world and visit customers and test your ideas with people that some of them will tell you no, and you have to learn to get past the no's to find a few yeses, but on the other hand, you do have to listen to what people have to say. You might find the hook that makes it work, whether it's in the pitch or the packaging or the pricing.
Yeah. Now, talk to us a little bit about business loans. Somebody one time told me that the best way to test if your idea is good or not is to go get a loan, because the banker will see right away if your idea is going to work. Is that true?
Well, bankers have a little different perspective. There's a chapter in the book, How to Make Your Bank a Welcome and Willing Partner in Your Business, because if he's unwilling and unwelcome, it's not a very good partner. But the banker is a really necessary partner in your business. They're a supplier of your most important resource, which is cash. And whether it's a line of credit or a term loan or financing for your equipment. And the bankers, though, are very conservative. The thing I say is, first of all, accept the fact that they will never understand your business, and they're not in it for you. They're working on their career plan, not your business plan. So you have to make it easy for them to see that there's low risk, that you're going to be able to pay it back. You have a good credit history, hopefully, and you put in money yourself. Those are the kind of the 2 or 3 important issues for the banker. Have you put in enough money yourself? Do you believe in it, that you've got something at risk as well before they step up to the plate?
What about the do-it-yourself mentality as opposed to outsourcing things that you're not good at? Like let's say you're not a good phone person, so you give it to your wife or something to do, or something like that.
Yeah, no, that is important to recognize your skills as an entrepreneur, what it is that you can leverage and do yourself, and the things that you're not good at. And sometimes, even though you're the best salesperson, it's not what you should be spending your time at. You should spend your time more on developing the product, for example, if that's really where your biggest leverage is coming from. So,
what about the business that has no product but has like a service, like a travel agent or something like that?
Yeah, there are a lot of personal services businesses or professional service businesses that can succeed. The important thing there is to build an organization or a business around resources other than yourself, because you're going to be limited if your business really requires you to be directly involved. You're limited to the amount of time and effort you can put in. So,
because I was thinking about selling you, a ticket to Orlando. I didn't know if you wanted it. The book is called "Don't Do It the Hard Way." I have a copy of Delvin's book right here, Uncle Ralph's book, I should say.
Yeah, nice fellow.
Call me if you want the copy that was sent to us. How do we buy this?
It's available at any online bookstore, or your local store can get it. If they don't have it on the shelf, they can order it through distribution. The publisher makes it available to anybody that wants to buy a copy.
All right, excellent.
It's available in hardcover, softcover, or even an ebook if you want to buy that online.
And advertising works. We sell advertising here. We work really well with our clients to make sure that we are working for them and not just taking money from them. Delvin, Chatterson, Uncle Ralph, thank you so much for being on the air with us. Stay warm up in Montreal.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Thanks very much.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
All right, we'll be right
no
back.
more French than you realize. Have a good day.
Fox News
Bonjour,
Radio,
mate.
I'm Pat O'Neill. Swift retaliation by Egypt after a new ISIS video showing the beheading of 21 Christian hostages. Egyptian warplanes hit several ISIS targets in Libya, and behind the scenes,
Egypt and France are signing a deal right here in Cairo for Egypt to buy fighter jets from France. Also, the Egyptian foreign minister has been sent urgently to New York for talks at the UN about terrorism.
Shireen Tadros of Sky News. 2 men arrested in Copenhagen suspected of helping the gunman who killed 2 people in 2 weekend shootings. This woman not surprised a terror event hit home.
We've been waiting for terror for the last 5 to 6 years. It's like you punched a hole in the balloon.
The gunman killed by police was on a terror watch list. This Connecticut resident feeling it.
Your feet freeze. It's like flesh being frozen.
Bitter cold in the east, Midwest, and even the south. Boston hit with another foot of snow. Fox News, we report, you decide.
You're running your business, and we at Wix.com know things can get stressful, but creating your website doesn't have to be. With Wix, you can create a professional website all by yourself. It's easy and free. You don't have to be a programmer. Just drag and drop everything into place. It's your website, your style. Show the world what you can do. Go to Wix.com and create your own stunning website today. It's easy and free.
When you sit in your comfortable ergonomic chair, do you experience inner peace? Are you known for admiring desks like profound works of art? If so, you might be gear-centric, someone who knows that the right office gear helps you do great things. And at Office Depot and Office Max, we have the quality gear you need. Visit our President's Day furniture sale and save 40% on select desks, chairs, bookcases, and more. Office Depot and Office Max. Gear up for great. Offer ends 2/21.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire.
Because that's how exotic it is.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking: will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on OK.